Welcome, Sagittarius. This is your June 29th to July 5th forecast. And for you, what's being highlighted is love and relationships. So let's look and see what we have, what messages we have for that here. Okay. So we do see some things sort of working themselves out. Some of this, whatever this is that you are working through, or any contrasts or challenges that are coming up for you. And so this isn't any and all. This isn't the reason why you're having these challenges. But I do want to say there does appear like opportunity here for you to not view yourself as the victim. And I say that in a nice way, so don't be coming for me. But some of you may have automatically kind of stepped into like the victim role or that victim mentality. So there is likely opportunity for you to sort of take the blinds off, to unravel yourself from all the it's literally like this net here is like just energy that is not helpful to the situation and to you resolving things. So this is really, in some cases, not all of you, but in some cases, this is brought on by you and your ideas, your requirements, your expectations. So there is opportunity here again for you to release yourself, to untie yourself from that, and to look at things from a more balanced perspective, from a more objective viewpoint, and allow things to occur from that viewpoint. Allow yourself to make decisions from that viewpoint, like having more knowledge, more information, and using that as data as you're making your decision, as opposed to again, just allowing yourself to be in a space where it's like, woe is me, or everything is happening to me, or there's nothing I can do about what's going on or what's happening, because that is not true. And that's not to say that like, oh, you can just change everything. That is to say that you have the power to choose how you handle any situation that comes your way. And if that is the power that you're being granted at this time, then take every advantage of that power that you do have. And even if it's you can only just take the lesson from it and move on, then do that. But some of you do have more opportunity there, that you can still work through things and get on one accord with your partner, or in this family environment, or however you're applying this information. So there may need to be some things that occur as far as sort of balancing things out, and that could be on both sides, I'm seeing and hearing. So there may be some things that you can adjust, or that you want to work on, but there may also be some things that you need from your partner as well. So that is more conversation, more working through and resolving those issues and items as they come up. So we also have the King of Treasure here as well, the King of Pentacles. So I feel like, so there could be a money component tied to this, or some sort of financial situations that you are working through with your partner here as well. But I'm seeing that the focus here is really on like not allowing yourself to fall victim to any toxic behavior, basically. Allowing yourself to come into the situation open to compromising, open to finding win-win solutions, open to expressing your needs as well as understanding your partner's needs, and also working through any issues, any challenges that come up with the finances and the financial portion of things, as well as just feeling like you're being supported in some way. Okay, so it could be you not feeling that, or your partner not feeling that, but that may also come up. Security and support may come up as something that needs to be worked through as well. So let's look at some obstacles here. So the Queen of Wands. Okay, so one or both of you may have lost the passion, or you may be feeling like the direction things are going in is not at all what you signed up for, or what you're wanting, or what you're willing to accept here. And we also have you being more connected with yourself, your higher self, source, your guides, and understanding what is truly going on here and what is it that you're truly desiring here. So this is a really great example, because I feel like some of you know that you're being how do I want to say? Some of you know and understand that you're taking on this victim mentality, and others of you may be doing it and not even necessarily realizing it, that that's what's happening here. So that's what the moon is coming up as a place of challenge, like showing that, yeah, there's areas that you, if you take the time to connect more deeply within and to understand the lessons that you're to be learning here out of these experiences, you will find and you will see, like, yeah, you know what? Yeah, I was kind of playing the victim a little bit there, or, you know, I was very unwilling to compromise there in that circumstance or situation. So I know I can be more open. I know I can be more understanding. I know I can be more patient to my partner's needs and even with myself. Okay, so this is also about the love and the support and the security that you're giving to yourself as well. Because you feeding yourself like, oh, you know, I'm the victim. And again, don't take it if it doesn't resonate. But anyone that's really feeding themselves that energy is really keeping themselves swirling in an endless cycle, an endless loop that you can actually cut yourself from and get out of. Okay, so that spiritual connection, you listening to your intuition, you listening to those signs and synchronicities and paying attention and looking them up or connecting more deeply through your meditations or other self-care practices that you do have, are going to allow you to see things more clearly and see what's going on and see the ways that you can adjust and be more aligned with who you authentically are. Because this isn't you. Okay? So what else? What else? So we have the Queen coming up here as a challenge as well. Okay. Interesting. So it could also be a need to balance the divine masculine and divine feminine characteristics, energies, qualities. Okay. So we know you stepping out of this space of being a victim or seeing things as happening to you and taking on a stronger, more assertive approach of even just being direct and bold. And, you know, maybe you're not typically, which I don't feel like this is Sagittarius, so I'm just going to use this as an example. But if there are any that, you know, don't tend to speak up or say what's on their mind, or, you know, are run away from conflict, then this could be you incorporating some of those divine masculine qualities in, as far as being assertive, being a go-getter, standing up for yourself, going after contrasts and challenges with an approach of wanting things to work out and be balanced and wanting to work through things with your partner. So it may take you taking a different approach to things, using a different strategy to things. And then if you feel like you are that type that brings things up and don't let anything go, and we got to address every single little tiny thing, this may be an opportunity to pull in some more divine feminine characteristics like understanding, empathy, forgiveness, and also really just focusing on what the priorities are. Like, it may not be important to you to address the 10 things that are on your list that you want to see change. It may only be important at this time to address 1 or 2 of those things. Okay? So again, balancing out those energies and bringing that to your conversation with your partner, to your discussion with your soul family, to your discussion with your family. Okay? What else? Let's look at some underlying worries here. So we have the 8 of Coral, and the corals are wands. Okay, so 8 of Wands. All right. Okay, so you may be a little unsure about whether this approach that you're taking, or you just trying to work through things, or whatever it is that you're working towards here, which we're speaking in terms of relationships. So you may be working towards some goals that you have. You may be just a little unsure how those things are going to work out. You may have an underlying fear of it either being successful or not being successful, because it can be both. Okay, quite frankly, it can be both. Sometimes we do have that fear of, oh wow, what if this works out? What if, you know, we actually do get engaged? What if we actually do move in with each other? What if we actually do buy this house? You know, so it may be that, or it could be the opposite of like, what if it doesn't work out? Okay, so whatever this is, whatever those fears are, whatever those belief systems that you do have going on that are keeping you in this place of just things not being very clear, is what you need to allow yourself to process, so you can understand truly what's going on, why you're feeling that way, and you can let that energy go. We also have the Hierophant here, so there may also be like some structures here. Could be religious, it could be just expectations, traditions from your family, or just your community or your environment that is forcing you into an area or a place where you're not really there anymore. That's not really who you are. You're shifting, you're changing, you're growing, you're increasing your frequency and raising your vibration, and you're understanding that things are what you define it. It doesn't have to be what's written in a book anywhere. It doesn't have to be what is, you know, expected from you, from your family, or from your friends, or from your community. It doesn't have to be that. It can be whatever it is that you and your partner decide it is, and what feels good to you too. Okay, so breaking down those stereotypes, those structures, those walls, those expectations, those requirements. And we talked about it being externally, but this is also internally. The requirements and expectations that you have that keep you stuck in a place of, oh, it has to be this way, or the outcome has to be this way, or else it's a failure, or else it's not going to work. Only you are defining that. Okay? So let's look at your beliefs here. So we have the Knight of Cups. You absolutely want love. You absolutely want it to work out. You want romance. You want creativity. You want fun. You want playfulness. You want romance, chivalry, all of those things, passion. So that's wonderful. So those are the things that you're desiring success and health. And I also feel like this could be some of you who are working towards something greater, like moving in together, like a wedding, like a particular celebration, an anniversary, whatever this is, honeymoon. Yeah, this is definitely you wanting things to work out. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. That is the purpose. That is the goal, to reach that place of fulfillment. And then let's see what are some of these. Let's look at your approach here first. So we have the Six of Coral, Six of Wands. Wonderful. So you are at least approaching things in a positive way. You're wanting to work through things. What else? So there is something about your external environment, because I'm hearing very strongly on that. So in the external environment, okay, so we do have, you may be feeling like others are viewing your relationship a particular way, and this is also something that you'll have to deal with. So I'm seeing a couple of things here. One, there is someone that's not being treated well, and again, if it doesn't resonate with you, then this is not particularly your message here. But there is someone that's not being treated well, and if you think that others can't see that, they absolutely can. And some of them may even have communicated it to you, but if you are trying to hide that, then just know that it's not hidden. It's very much seen by others, so you're aware of that. And of course, obviously, you're being guided to do the things that you know are true for you, and that would help you to get yourself out of that type of situation. Okay? And others of you, that's not your story, then there may be others like looking at your situation and judging you. And I feel like in both situations you're being judged here, and it's not about like caring what other people think or making that a priority, because what others think is none of your concern here. But I do just want to be honest here that, you know, in some cases, in certain circumstances, we are all one. And if you're exuding a particular energy where you're not being treated well, then obviously that is going to reverberate out in your environment, and people are going to recognize that. They're going to notice that, especially when people love and care about you, and they want to see you do well, and they want to see you persevere. Okay. All right. And this is also you may be feeling like, or it may appear. So both. Yeah, this is very much so that people can see everything that's going on here, the vibrations of what you're trying to work through. And I don't feel like that's a bad thing. It's just clarity for you that, you know, if you do want to present something a certain way and it's not that way, just know that everybody can see that it's really not that way. And not that, you know, that should be an issue or you should care about that. It's just the truth. So just so you're aware. And for some of you, it's about you skipping that, not communicating that, not showing that to the world, and just focusing in on the changes that you want to make and working things out and working through contrast with your partner. So for some of you, it's about like, and this is very specific, and it's just an example. You may not be doing this, but someone may be posting like, yeah, everything's perfect on social media. And I'm hearing your time is better spent like actually working on the relationship and working through things with your partner. Okay, so again, that is not going to be for everybody, but someone did need to hear that. Okay, so let's move to externally here. So the Knight of Treasure here. Okay, so you can still provide inspiration to others through your challenges, through the things that you're working through. So just bringing in that honesty if you feel comfortable. This is for those of you that do share and do feel comfortable and don't have any issues with sharing your vulnerability and showing your vulnerability. You are an inspiration to others. Others are looking at how you're resolving problems and how you're working through things, and they're taking inspiration. So just be mindful of that. So when you are putting out your information, and you may want to just mind how you do that. Okay. And if you are working through things, being open and honest about that is going to be helpful, so people can see that the true process of how you work through things, as opposed to sharing it like one way and only showing like part of things. So, you know, people aren't truly seeing like everything, that all the effort, inspired action that you went through to make those things work and to actually resolve that contrast. So if you're going to share it, then share it. If not, if you don't feel comfortable, that's okay too. Okay. So let's look at guidance here. So we have 7 of Pearls. All right. So you putting an inspired effort towards what you want to work on here. So for those of you that do want to work through things, that do want to work on your relationship, that do want to work through the contrast here, there may be a couple options available to you and to your partner as well. So that may be also something that comes up, something that you may want to talk through. That's not going to be for everybody, but there's a lot of options out here. One, and then, so when I say options out here, obviously I mean like if you have like an open relationship, or you know, that's what you've agreed to with your partner, because there's no judgments here, but just know that there's a lot of options available, and you know, some of them are good, some of them are not good, but you would just need to work through that and agree with your partner on how you want to proceed on that. For others of you, there may be like, that may have an impact on you working things out with your partner. So if that's something that you don't subscribe to and you see that happening, then again, that is information for you as something that you may want to talk through with your partner, so that you're both on the same page and you're both in agreement with, you know, what your stance or position is on that. This could also be actual ideas and ways to solve your problems and solutions that are out here as well. Okay, so this could mean a couple different things here. So just take it as it resonates with you. But if you are just open to ideas, open to different ways to solve your problems, then there's a lot of information out here. And I'm hearing like you connecting with soul family. So there may be others around you that you feel comfortable with sharing some information to receive their knowledge and wisdom. And there may also be just different revelations that you come into through your meditation, through your self-care practices. So there's a lot of knowledge and information available to you, and you can connect with it in many different ways. Okay, so let's see what else we have here. We have beginnings. So starting that new beginning, allowing that new portal, that new chapter to open up, and deciding what that's going to look like, because it is one of abundance for you. So thank you so much for that confirmation. So we do have that coming. New beginnings, new opportunities to be successful and to create and strengthen your relationships. So we have you taking the path of least resistance here. And as you move forward, being mindful of how you're approaching certain situations and motives from within. So ensure that those motives and your intention aligns with who you truly authentically are. And that's a wonderful reminder here, because again, this is about you doing what you feel guided to do. Because once you take those blinders off and you can see, and that information is coming through to you, you will decide what's best for you, because you have lots of options here. Okay, so you will decide what's right for you and what's best for you. So we have rest and reconsider, and that is a really strong reminder, confirmation of getting those self-care practices in, so that you are open to the divine wisdom that is coming to you and that's available all around you. Okay, what else? So new beginnings here, so wonderful. And I'm also hearing like there is spiritual significance with these daffodils. So if you're into that, you may want to look those up, because there are going to be messages there for you. But we have new beginnings opening here everywhere. One where you can connect more deeply within and work through the things that you desire to work through with your partner, and come to some particular agreement and understanding, one that you both agreed to. That's a win-win for all parties that are involved. Okay, Sagittarius, so those are the messages I have for you. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great week.